Hi friends, this is an informative video, so I am making it in English also, as I have already made one in Hindi. And so those friends who don't understand Hindi, for them I am particularly making this video. So friends, you can make out that this plant, this bird, and this flowering plant is known as peace lily. It's as beautiful as its name is, friends, and its color of the birds and flowers is white, as you can see, and maybe that's why it is known as peace lily, because one really feels nice, after seeing this. So, friends, yeah, this is the plant I bought about 3 years back, and since then they multiply in their pots. Although this plant likes to get root bound, but when it gets too root bound, we can separate the plants and make more pots of peace lilies, friends. So after 3 days of the earlier video, in which the plant was just in budding formation, and after 3 days of that, the flowers have opened, the buds have opened. Half of them are still in buds, but some of them have beautifully opened up and looking so great. They are really beautiful, friends. One must have this plant in one's garden. It's a must. So it took about 3 years to become this big. I bought a very small plant from the nursery. So friends, since then it has been blooming in every spring, summer, and it has been giving me a lot of happiness. So friends, let's talk about its care, its soil, water requirement, sun requirement, etc. Soil, it needs very porous and well draining soil, friends, and so that its roots spread. And water requirement is not much, but the soil should never be dry. It should always be moist. And sun requirement is also not very high. It is a shade loving plant also, and you can easily keep it in your bathroom even. But if you keep it in a dark place or a shady place, it won't have its flowers. So if you want to have lots of flowers in your peace lily, then you have to provide it at least some indirect light. In winters, you can keep it in direct light also for some time, but when the spring comes, and in summers especially, you keep it in indirect sunlight only to have this plant its babies like these flowers. The flowers look awesome, friends, and they stay for a month altogether. So it's a beautiful plant, and its fertilizer requirement is just before spring. You can give it a heavy dose of fertilizers like bone meal, then neem khali, and then some vermicompost, etc. Whatever you have, you can just make a good mix of that whole package of nutrients and put it in the soil before spring, so that when the flowering season comes, which comes immediately after that, it comes to its blooming nicely. So the flowers have started blooming, friends, and they are going to be like this for a month altogether. So we just have to keep these plants in shade, and later on, when the flowers have subsided, that time you can cut their long stems, and then you can keep the plants inside the house or even in your bathroom. Then you can keep, because it will act like a very good air purifying plant then till the next spring. And in the next spring again the same procedure you can follow. So friends, these are the basic care tips to get flowers from this plant. And one more thing, if you keep it inside like an air purifier, it won't have its flowers. It will have its flowers only when it is in light. Only in light it flowers. In darkness or in shady areas, it doesn't have flowers. So if you want to have flowers, you have to keep it in the light area. I mean indirect sunlight it must have. So friends, I hope you liked the video. If you did, then please subscribe and press the bell icon also. See you in the next video friends. Bye bye.